right. Good morning. It is February 13th, 2018. My name is Jeff Fritz, and I'm going to try turning on closed captions here. Let's see how this works today. Lower rates. Really? That's nothing like I said. Okay. It's experimental. We're going to give it a shot. We'll see how this goes today. Still, wow. Hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Gosh, I'm changing things up slightly with today's hat, and as always, I wear a different hat each time. Today, I'm wearing the Conference Champions hat. This is the one from Super Bowl 39 from 13 years ago. We got all excited that we were going to the Super Bowl, and everybody went nuts. Jareer, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. This is going to be a crazy set of closed captioning down there. We'll see how it goes. Oh, wow, I'm seeing some friends in the chat room. Thanks so much for joining us. So, I've been busy the past couple days. As you know, I do work for Microsoft. I've got planning that we've been working through for our MVP Summit. There's some great things coming there, and we finally released our schedule to attendees, and folks are already jumping on that and saying, ooh, take a look at some of these things that we're going to be doing. And the MVPs that are on my .NET, ASP.NET, and Xamarin mailing lists, they've gotten a couple letters from me because there's a couple special sessions I want their help with. Hey, there's my friend Kevin Griffin. Thank you for the follow, Kevin. I appreciate that. And good morning down there, Steve. It's always great to see you. Hello. Let's see. So we've got some great things coming up for MVP Summit. The bosses have asked me to plan one or two more things, and I'm working through a couple of extra things that we don't typically do as a Visual Studio and .NET team that I think you guys are going to be excited about. And of course, we announced Build, right? So Build is Microsoft's premier developer conference that we host. This year it's in Seattle. When is it? It's the second week of May. I know this. The 7th through the 9th, I think it is. We're working on that content and getting all of our announcements and speakers lined up for that. It's going to be a great event. But of course, Build only sits 6,000 people. A lot of the folks that will be speaking at Build will also be speaking at the Dev Intersection Conference at the end of March in Orlando. If you want to see all the cool open source things we're doing, you want to hear directly from us, we actually get more developer and .NET sessions in that Dev Intersection in Orlando. I encourage you to check that out. In fact, let me roll over here and let's start taking a look at the background here. Lots of folks in the chat room today. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in today. Look at this. I recognize a couple names out there. There's Shane, Kevin, there's Chris, of course. Thank you so much. Playing with Scissors. Dunks are us. Do you like basketball? Is that what that is? Digital Drummer, good morning. Mr. Magoo. Hey, it's great to see you, Mr. Magoo. There's our friend Brendan. All right. So what I want to show you here is on my list, on my live stream repository. Let me roll over to the wiki. Check this out. I put in the list of the live events that I'm speaking at. Thanks to Chris, I now have a link to the video of me speaking at the Philly.net user group. You can click through and check that out. We did Ready a week or so ago. I can't share any of that stuff that was going on there. I wasn't actually speaking, but I was there as a content manager, I guess. League of Legends. Oh, League of Legends. I don't play League. I play Heroes of the Storm. Trying Mixer, signing in with a linked MS account. Wonder how it will show my username. Yes, you are Legal Colt, whoever that is. Interesting. But Dev Intersection Orlando, I'm now on the hook for 5 sessions. I normally, this is one that I've been giving more and more about .NET Framework. tips and tricks, new things that we've added in .NET Framework 4.7.1 and in the new 4.7.2. I should be able to show and work through some of that stuff at that event. Visual Studio Web Tools. This is similar to the session that I gave at Ignite. Intro to ASP.NET Core. I'm going to run this stream live at Dev Intersection in front of an audience. First time I'm doing this live in front of an audience. So I'll be in a room presenting. I'm going to try and recruit somebody to help me out and pair program with me live there on stage. And you folks over the net and folks in the audience. It's going to be crazy, but we're going to have a good time. And I've also been asked to host a panel discussion later that afternoon. So I'm literally going to stand up from our live stream and run over and host a discussion at that event. It's going to be crazy. Sushinator, would a list of my in-person talks be better located on the website? What are your reasons to put it into GitHub? I wanted to put it here on GitHub so that it was kind of linked to everything, so you know where and when I'm going to different places. I do have a list on the blog, and I just need to get it updated. And really, I could kind of reroute from the blog to here. This is easier for me to manage, just clicking through edit and seeing it here. We'll see you at MVP Summit and Codestock. Yep, Codestock. I'm going to do an advanced ASP.NET session there. Ward Duraset, thank you for the follow, Ward. I appreciate you joining us this morning. Okay, what do we got there? All right, cool. So build, I'll definitely be at build. Whether I'm speaking or not is still up in the air. But I am. Folks are aware that I want to live stream there, and we'll see about who I can recruit to pair program with me. And like I said, there's some interesting names that they want. They're considering asking me to pair program with. And if I land the one that I think I'm going to get, it's going to be a good one. And of course, Ignite in September. All right, enough about that. Let's actually start looking at some code. Let's actually start working on some things. Oh, wait a sec. We've got a workshop to talk about. So I put a link in the Discord, and there should be. Do I have a link to the Discord here on the front of the live stream? I don't. So we have a Discord service out there. Oh, Chris, thanks for hosting. We need to get a couple more viewers over there on Chris's stream. Okay, so there is a Discord server out there. Can someone, one of the mods, or somebody who's on the Discord, post links to it in the chat room? There is a link to it on the front of the Twitch channel. But you may have seen, I've been posting information about the workshop in the Discord channel. And I've started linking to some information about it here in the GitHub repository. This is just so much easier for me to manage and be extremely transparent as to what's going on there. Ah, darn it. Nightbot, you are cruel. Oh, give me 1 second there. I'm going to add... So, Digital Drummer J, we'll add you. Digital Drummer J. There we go. Alright. Don't make me take that away from you. Cool. So I posted some information about the workshop. It's right off the root here of the live stream repository. Couple of quick Q&A items. Completely free. No external materials needed. Bring all your friends. Be helpful if they logged in so they can ask questions, just like you folks are doing here in the chat room. We're going to build a complete ASP.NET Core application for tracking travel information, and I'm working through and locking down that sample now. But I recognize some of these folks in the chat room already. Shane, SP Boyer there in the chat room, he's going to be helping me out with some of the content. Our friend Julie Lerman, who is amazing with Entity Framework, is going to be helping us out. John Galloway, of course, he'll be joining us a little bit later to work with us about, he's going to help us with some authentication stuff, with Razor pages. It's going to be a real good day, a long day. And I've actually allocated some slots throughout the day for us to have an hour of just open Q&A. We will have accomplished some things, and it'll be your opportunity to ask questions. Solid Peach, thank you for the follow. Good set of people. It's a start. This is an experiment. We're going to try this. We'll see how it goes. And maybe we do several of these. Thank you for the host, Solid Peach. I appreciate that. It's always a party. Look at that. Samples will be available online. I don't know about video on demand. I'm not sure about how much I'm going to be able to do that. I'd like to, but we'll see. What about the Scots? So I was running out of time here trying to get them booked, and they both have very full schedules. Neither of them is going to be able to make it. An emergency came up for one. The other one is traveling, so it's not going to work out perfectly this time. But they both assured me that they will join us during a live stream in the future. So you're right, Sushinator. It was going to be a lot of fun to have them on. I know particularly one of them is significantly disappointed that he's not going to be able to join me. So, all right. And the other one doesn't care. No, I'm kidding. They're both very interested to see how this goes. All right. Yo, Solid Peach. Good to see you. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. Sad but understandable. Yeah. You know what? It's family comes first, and traveling kind of skews people's schedules. So, all right, that's enough about the workshop. I want to get in. I had a great question that was asked of me yesterday, day before. Here, Azazio, hello from Belarus. Already an evening here, sitting and waiting for backlog grooming in office. Glad to have the opportunity to watch while waiting. Oh, well, welcome, Azazio. I appreciate you joining us. I want to talk about ASP.NET Core, and in particular, I got a really good question about what's the difference and when should I use partial views versus view components. And that's an interesting question to me, right? Because these are two ways that we can reuse display logic, but they function in two different ways. And I touched briefly on view components last week, so I want to spend a little bit of time answering this question about when and where do I use each. So what I'm going to do to get started, I'm going to go over to our Stream Tools project. This is the project we've been working on where, what's with the GTG? Tag helpers can overlap there as well. You're right, Standby. They can overlap in there. But partial views and view components feel very similar. Thank you. All right. So let's go. I'm going to go here. I'm in Stream Tools already. Let me just take a quick look. Everything's clean. What branches do I have? So I'm going to check out Dev. And let's just check out a new branch. I will call it Feature. I'll call it Partial Views. Just so I have some place to work without breaking anything. All right. So this Stream Tools project, this is some of the web user interface that we have that I am using. This one. That I'm using to generate some of the items that you see here embedded in the video. The helpme.net follower goal that you see up at the top, and the followers count over there. The follower goal, when we hit 1,000 followers, we'll host almost a call-in show where you can bring your .NET questions and problems, and together we'll solve them on stream. So, this project generates those simple web user interfaces, and let's take a look at reusing some of the code that we have here. So I'm not going to look at the tests. And I do have a pull request waiting for this, so I haven't forgotten that one. We're going to get to that, and I think I saw Meat Popsicle is out there. He submitted it with his real name, which would have been really weird to accept a pull request from Meat Popsicle, but it works. So, bacon. Okay. So let's talk about partial views, view components. I've already got a view component here to do my footer, right? This is part of what we were looking at that one day where I was looking at the differences between partial views and tag helpers and partials. So this is an async. I'm just doing a delay 0 just to satisfy the async here, which feels bad, right? That's kind of lame. Can I go dark theme and presentation mode again? I will do that. I like the blue theme. Let's see how that goes. There we go. And yeah, look at that. It push down, present on. Yeah, I gotta push up those font sizes. So I do, when I'm taking screenshots, I take them with the white background. 14's alright, I guess. Alright. Hey, no problem. Thank you for asking. Asking me to change the background color. So, the view component is actually 2 halves, right? It's actually a razor piece that sits right here that has the information that I want to render as part of my view, right? View components are part of MVC, which also work in Razor pages for that matter. But this is a reusable part that we can put into our views, right? Our views are what generate some of the HTML or other visible output that we're presenting. So we can reuse this markup inside of other pages. So I particularly have a layout page here, and I'm able to say either HTML partial to render a partial. I don't want to do that. Let me get rid of that. Right? I can comment things out by using @*, just like that. Whatever I wrap inside there, you can see it. Visual Studio turned green because it's been commented out. It's not going to actually be executed. But I can render and use that view component by saying, what is it? Is it component.invoke? Yeah, there it is. Invoke async. And then I think, can I do that? No. That's the one I want. Now, why is it getting grouchy on me here? I didn't await it. Right? No? Let me get rid of that. I should be able to just do this. Now, why am I getting the... There it goes. It went away. Don't forget the await. Yeah! So, and that'll actually execute this footer view component over here. And the footer view component, right, I'm calling invoke async. So it'll actually invoke it. And we'll get it to return with my default view. Now, this is the difference between them. I actually have to call a method inside this class, but I can inject into this different components if I wanted, right? I could receive configuration, right? Oh, let's do this. hosting environment. Let's call it env, right? Let me do a control dot on that using. Good. Thank you. This dot environment equals env, right? I can control dot on this. Sure. Give me a read-only property for that. And I can actually do stuff like viewBag dot machine name equals environment dot. Oh, let's get the environment name. Let's do that, right? And then inside my view, because this functions and behaves just like a controller method, right? I can kind of put underneath this. Let's go span style equals font size XX small. Let me come back to that question in just a second, and I can say viewBag.environment name. And now when I run this, it'll put my environment name in there, and I've done the exact same structure that I would expect from my my controllers, right? It's the exact same paradigm back and forth. So here this goes, and let me go into configuration, and I should see my footer. I'm expecting to see my footer. View component name footer could not be found. View component must be a public, non-abstract class, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I wonder if it's because I did... Right? I wonder if it's a capitalization thing that it's getting grouchy about. Layout. What do we got here? Hey, there's Max. Good morning. Didn't miss much. We just told everybody about what an amazing blog post you have coming up next week, and set of videos talking all about how to use Azure. And no, I can't back that up. Oh my gosh, Bruno with Brazilian Carnival. Oh, that's great. I hope you're having a great time. So Chris had a question. Are view components always invoked async? What are the things that you should be expected to do in view components that take advantage? Finally, the conventional way to, quote, make it work can't be to throw a no-op await in there, can it? All right. Wow. Let's throw a bunch of different questions in there. So first things first. Let me come back to here. I'm going to fix my layout real quick for this. I want to put a break in here. So let's do a clear both. Save that. And why didn't it go on the next line? Huh? How's my closed captioning today? Is it keeping up? Does it look a little bit better? Let me tell you, it's funny looking at what it's translating me as, you know? Let me get rid of that clear. Let me just turn this into a div. Right? Block level element, it should put that on a separate line. There it goes. TNT Friesen, welcome. CC was confusing. All right. Let's see. So let me break down that question that we had there. View components always invoked async. So let me go back over to my layout. That's right. So Sushinator's actually landing really good answer to the question there. You should have some real async code in there. The delay thing is only because the code is not written yet. Well, if I say component, there is no component dot invoke. It's always invoke async. So the thing is, Razor is always async right now. It always processes asynchronously. Oh, Scott, what are you doing? Let's grant Scott access. I'm going to go back over to Nightbot. I'm going to end up putting everybody with Microsoft from Microsoft here on my regulars list. Look at this. Scott Addy. There he is. Good. All right. So component always has to be invoked async, which means that when we go over to our view footer component, why did my music stop? I can't hear any music. It should be on repeat. Yeah. You want me to whitelist to docs Microsoft? That is a Scott Addy is the blue collar Scott. All right, I'm gonna go to that whitelist. blacklist words, phrases, links. Here we go. Options. You know what I'm going to do? Can I say star Microsoft? Let's just say Microsoft.com. And that should let those in. All right. The music stopped playing, didn't it? Okay, that was weird. There are 3 tiers of Scots. All right. All right. Docs Microsoft.com. That's going to leave a mark. No, it didn't like Docs Microsoft. Ah! All right. Hang on. Bam, I'm out. Hang on. Let's. Here we go. I'm going to fix this real quick. Links. Docs, Microsoft.com, ASP.NET. Yeah, it should have all of ASP.NET is in there. All right, try those docs, Microsoft.com. That should go through now. Okay. So, the view component object, right? Let's get back to this. That wasn't my F12. There we go. So view component has a bunch of different options available to it, right? And I can access all these things that give me information about kind of the location and the syntax, the context of where I am, right? Information about the user, view data, view context, so I can kind of see what's going on, right? View bag, route information, blah, 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 blah. But where is it? There is... Right, where? There is no invoke method in here, right? I should change that render engine to async as well. Render section. What do you mean, the render section? Oh, are you talking about over here in the layout? This. Go await. Not that. Is that what you're suggesting? Well, render section doesn't do that. Right? And I don't think... Oh, I could do render section async. Let's do that. Oops. We do that. Okay. And then, there is no render body async. See that? Look at that. And I don't think I can do an await on that. That's going to get grouchy. Right? Yeah. No can do there. Alright. Where was I? So my view component, really... You have to write an invoke async in here, and it'll complain if you don't create one of these. So return view, right? It looks and feels the same way that you return a view from a method, right? You have to return a view component result instead of an action result. But we're returning a view. So check this out. This view is default. It's going to search in a components folder for a footer folder, because that's the name of this component, footer view component, and then it's going to look for default. But I could have it return something else if I wanted it to, and have it format and output differently if I wanted to. So I could actually change this. Let me stop this. Right, and let me just copy this line. Why won't it do my duplicate? Can't watch stupid retro. Retro what? Let me comment this out. And let's change this to let's call it env only. All right, and I can write another footer over here. And I'll call this env only. Sure, it's a partial. I think that means a retrospective meeting. Oh, there you go. And now in here, I could do something, right? I want to have a footer. And let's just have view bag environment name. All right, so now when I run it, it'll return this view instead of the other. I work from home, but hard to have a Skype call and watch listen. Yeah, I know that feeling. Here we go. So there, it's just my environment now instead of the other way, right? Instead of showing the whole shoot and match there. So you have some control as to how you want your content rendered. Do whatever logic you want, and then return and choose different views depending on your need. Now, the last piece of this that I want you to see is that, okay, we've put that over here. Well, I've also got a followers folder here. The whole team's in Seattle, huh, Max? Let's see. I'm going to add a folder over here inside of my followers. No, rename. Named it wrong. Components. And I can add now, let's tell you what, let's copy this environment only and paste that into there. And I'm going to rename it from environment only to default. So now, and I'll get rid of this one. Okay. So now my footer view component, I'm going to return the default view. It's going to go find the closest default view to it for this component. So for these followers items, it's going to actually go find this one and return that instead of that one. And this one, of course, only shows the environment name. And from the followers folder, just so it's easy to see it. Yep, Laurent is in Switzerland. We're all Eastern time. Oh, you'll be on a video call with a bunch of people I know. Really? I know a lot of people. So now when I click through and look at my configuration, it's going to pull the default view, which is pulling the one from... Well, okay, look at this. So I'm inside of... Hey, I'm clicking over here. Thank you. So that's not what I expected to happen. I'm inside of... Oh, I didn't create a footer folder. My bad. New folder, footer. Hello. Add. New folder. Oh, stupid. Cut? No. I gotta stop. Rats. Yeah, we're gonna get to that CSS in just a minute. Alright, let me rename this. Footer, and then put the default in there. Restart. Footer view component is a CS in views shared. No. Footer view component is a CS wherever you want to put it, but you can put your view that it renders in views shared, or you can put override ones in the same folder as your controller. That's a good point. Standby reloading. View component is a great way to add browser polyfill scripts. Sure, you can use it that way. Absolutely. Detect the type of browser that's requesting, and then emit those appropriately. So it's pulling this one instead of that one. All right? But you get that same feature with partial views as well, right? But partial views, when you request to render a partial view, it will look in the local folder first, and then it'll go look in shared. So if I copy footer over here, and I go back to my layout, right, if instead of my remote connection here is not quite. Return to dust. Nice hat. Made it to the parade on a broken leg. That's awesome. I didn't get down to the parade. I was streaming. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to comment out this one that was calling the partial. And let's get rid of this. So it's going to look for and try to render that footer. Now that is sitting here. And this one doesn't have the environment name. Let's put from followers folder. All right. And did I not save the other one? I don't think I saved the other one. I see you have a ViewComponents folder. Okay, got it. Please explain how render section async actually works under the hood. Well, there we go. From followers folder. Okay, so it's rendering the section, the partial, and it's bringing it in from the followers folder instead of the shared. So if there wasn't a footer here, let me just, it's not going to let me cut that and remove it. I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Where am I? Views, followers, footer to not footer, CSHTML. There you go. So now it's not footer. And if I refresh this, it goes away. All right. So you have choices, you have options to move things around, but your partial views, you can inject contents into. All right. Let me go back to the partial for underscore footer. You can use the @inject directive to inject into if you want to pull in and do some things. But if you want to choose between different named Razor templates, you can use ViewComponents and be able to push those to different places and include a little bit more business logic, server side, that you want to execute. Now the question I have from AB Salahoff, please explain how render section async actually works under the hood. All right, I'm going to do my best with this one. And I'm actually going to make sure my layout... Yeah, all right. And for some reason, Visual Studio over here is really slow. Is there something else running in the background? It's Chrome. And Firefox. You know what, I'm going to shut down Chrome. All right. And let me change this browse with to Firefox. All right. So how does render section async work? So let's take a look at layout. So when you actually go through and you use a Razor template, always blame all the browsers, Max says. Yeah, you're right. Browsers chew up a ton of memory. Oh, look at that. Joe Bunn says, add new file extension in Visual Studio to create files and folders. Okay, that's cool. Whenever you write Razor templates, this actually gets just-in-time compiled when it's first requested, and folks don't really expect it. But these sections that are labeled that start with an @, that C# is actually emitted and turned into a function call. Chrome's eating 2 gig for Max. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So everywhere that you have normal HTML, this is just turned into an output string. It's just a quick output string, write it out to the buffer. But everywhere that you have an await and you're calling something, this actually, right under the hood, goes and finds a styles section in whatever page is referencing this layout. Now I've got folks arguing over browsers in the chat room. That's great. This goes and looks for an appropriate section in the calling document. So inside of my count here, well, wrong example, bad example. Don't look at that one. Where is it? Goal configuration. So this has a section here and a section. So this is included. It doesn't have, well, it implicitly has a layout specified, and layout says render section styles. So it goes and finds the style section, and it'll asynchronously echo any code that's in here and write that into the buffer, right? It literally using an await statement to output that content. When it has render body, that calling page, anywhere that is not included in a section block, like this one and that one. So this content here will be just echoed right here, and any C# code that it has to execute is turned into C# and is echoed out. Finally, something I already knew about. Let's see if I got everything right. Can't be hacked if your browser doesn't render anything. The system.ben way of doing things. And now using Conqueror. Oh, you guys, I tell you, in the chat room, vicious. Vicious. And of course, we all want to use system.ben, the best library that you can use for .NET Core development, because you can be super fast and super secure. It's got plenty of unit tests. It's got scripts to help you build, of course. There's a great license for it. Tremendous README. Look at how fast this thing is. Microseconds it runs. And of course, the source for system.ben, there's nothing here. But 61 issues. It's really broken. Lots of pull requests. Added analyzers. Yeah, need to make sure it works, but there's zero code in this. It's a joke, okay? All right. So that's a little bit about how Razor works. A little bit of the difference between partial views and view components, and the different tricks and things you can do with them by stacking and placing views appropriately. All right. So I hope that clears some things up. All right. Wow, lots of chatter back and forth there in the chat room. Links. Look at this, man. Folks are breaking out all the old browsers. All right. We've got a pull request hanging out there that I want to take a look at. And I'm actually going to reset this hard and drop all of these this sample code that I showed you here. You know what? I'm just going to check out dev and delete the feature branch. Oh, you stink. No, I'm good. I'm good. Do that. Yeah. Git branch, delete. What was it? Feature. Yep. Goodbye. Dunktown, USA. Cool. Welcome. I've got. I thought I did a git reset. Why didn't it remove those? Use curl. All right, that's enough. That's enough out of you guys. Why won't... I thought git reset hard would remove those extra files. Yeah, it only works on tracked files. I thought there was a way to get rid of it. Fine. Come on. I thought I could just do a delete on components. What? Alright, now I'm getting annoyed. Or I thought it was RD, and it would remove it. Yeah, no. Now I'm getting angry. Fritz Stream Tools, views, followers. Yes. PowerShell. All right. If you have leftover untracked file, try git clean. Ah, that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. All right. So I want to take a look. We've got a pull request hanging out there for our Stream Tools project, and I want to take a look at bootstrapping all the things from Joe Geary, aka, look at that, we've unmasked the popsicle. Look at this. So add Bootstrap to make it look a little bit better. Update layout to use Bootstrap layout, JavaScript and CSS from the Bootstrap CDN. Add the follower goal views to use Bootstrap and font. Awesome. Awesome. For the button icons. I'm sounding Canadian. Added a default home index controller view that uses layout and Bootstrap. Added more fonts to the fallback if someone doesn't have the Google Fonts API key setup. Cool. Add a tag helper to set the active navigation menu item according to the current route. Sweet. And use Bootstrap on the standalone pages. Nothing's wrong with Canadian, absolutely. But when I say a boot instead of about, So let's take a look. No, wrong button. All right, let's take a look at the changes that we've got here. So I'm going to copy these out. And let's take a look-see. All right. Look at all that. And this is inside of layout. Let's see here. Not bad. Not bad so far. jQuery's back. All right. Let's take a look, see what this looks like. Gotta love some Canadians. Absolutely. Some say a boat. Well, okay. Hey, look at that. All right, incredible, awe-inspiring text full of buzzwords that will hype up streamers to use the awesome tools by... Well done. And then the footer. Oh, you can't see the footer. It's behind my head. That footer looks not bad. All right. So, follower goal configuration. Ooh. Fancy. Look at that. Here is I better move this up or slide this over a little bit. Look at that. And it even sizes properly. The fill bar colors aren't. A little bit of the layout here just isn't behaving quite right. But otherwise, I love the trash can here instead of the X's, right? The X's were right, and I'm sorry, I forget who added a bunch of the configuration here, but and thanks Saduki, yes, thank you Sarah, wherever she is. We're just gonna keep leaving that out there because it's just fun, and I love the format here of the here is your URL. That looks great. And I liked the play preview. Fancy. What were some of the other fonts that we had out here? Right, and there's... No, I don't want Able. I just like playing with this. Ooh. Bowlby? Ooh. Alright. HQ was calling. Let's see. Oh, what was... I thought I saw lemon? Yeah, what's lemon? Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, anyways. Winding? Winding? Alright. Love you like a sister. What is that? Was that one out there? Loved by the king? Alright. Me. I liked lemon. I'm gonna stick with lemon for right now. Alright, anyways. Enough playing with that. So this, I love the layout. Looks like we need to do just a little bit of A little bit of cleanup here with some of these, and with the blend here on the bottom just isn't lined up quite right. Is that just a factor of, yeah, right? That actually doesn't look too bad when you get down to the smaller size, but it looks like we just have a little bit of layout to clean up there. And how's the documentation look? All right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Someone added his own fonts. I did not. This looks so much better. And I feel like we've got a couple other ones hiding in here that we can't get to from the user interface yet, and I think we're going to need to come back to that. But I really like the way this looks. But I want to clean this up just a little bit. I like how it's two up like this. The font colors, I'd like it next to it. And the fill bar colors, I would just like that to go straight across and wrap as need be. It looks like we've got a little bit of unnecessary wrapping here. Oh, and the plus, that's kind of cool. But when yeah, that's really cool the way that works and looks. The current followers number is unreadable. Absolutely. I think we definitely need to do something about that. I'm going to change it to orange just to make it a little bit more visible. I definitely think that we're going to run into a thing where we're going to want to be able to change the font color for each one of these things if it's filled. Yeah. Let's see there. Deems form control class on those text colors. Yeah. I'm convinced there is some form of drinking game that goes with the output of the Twitch closed captioning. Oh no. Is it that bad? If you want to get C# Fritz back about the about thing. What is it saying in the closed captioning? Can't be that bad. Ask him what that middle color is. It's orange. Orange. Orange, orange, orange. It's Flyers orange. No, it's Fusion orange. That one's better. If you want to go get a seashore. Orange. Orange, orange, orange. That's why I say orange. Orange? Orange. Alright. I heard orange. Fusion orange, the memo's butter. What? Philadelphia Fusion, that is. Alright, let's see what we can do to fix up this layout just a little bit here. But otherwise, I love the theme, the Bootstrap theme applied. Now, do I call you Joe or do I call you Popsicle? I'm going to stick with Popsicle because that's what's in the chat room. All right. And since this is Razor, we can just edit the code directly and yeah, worry about it later. So it's in goal configuration. And look at those call MDs. Love it. Goal test count. So it's these ones, empty BG color and empty font color. There it is. Empty BG color, empty font color. And for some reason it's putting that form control on a second line. Haven't played around much with the newer Bootstrap version. The color pickers were funky to work with. Ask me the difference between heat and eat. Heat and eat? Is that like, where's my, you know those metal things that you put into your automobile to turn it on, right? Those are your car keys. And the folks from Boston, they say it the same way as those tan pants that you wear. Those are car keys. And they also call them car keys. Whatever. Text boxes need to be in a form group div. I think you're onto something. Right, so do we change this to, is it form group? Right, will that do it for us? For these little guys? Let's save that. Nah, it didn't. I want to get these on the right side here. Similar, except that I have lots of problems with the letter sound of H in English and French. It's silent. Ah. Yeah. All right, let's do an F12 here. Staffy, thank you for the follow. And good morning, Steve. Great to see you. Oh, by the way, Steve, my Sixers beat your Clippers the other night, okay? That's what you get for trading Blake. Steve. All right. View components can be composed like lambda functions. Partial views cannot. Can be composed like lambda functions. Explain. I'm not sure I follow. Probably needs to be in another child div. Well, let's take a look and see if we can figure out why this is wrapping. I'm gonna click on this chalupa over here. Chalupas. All right. So this computed. You have a template. Yes. Jasper Panda, thank you for the follow. I hope to see all you folks in the chat room over there. Gosh, Staffy's already right in there. It's also a callback function. Yes. So why would you use a callback like a lambda with a view component? You're calling invoke component invoke on a view component. All right, flipping over here. The form control class puts on a separate line from the label. If you want inline, you need to create another form tag with a class of form inline. Add form group to the row div. All right, hang on. To the row div. Form group. No, that's not where I want it. I think I want form. I think you were saying inline here. Yeah. All right. Almost there. I feel like I need to put a width on this. Rules. Width. 50 pixels. That's better. Sure. All right. So let's go input. Let's go for input type color and force the width to 30 pixels on those. So I'm going to go back. Oh no! I thought I had a styles section on this. I don't see it anymore. Did you move this on me? Section styles. Right, and then I should be able to say input. And then is it at type? Equals color? Is that how I do that? Width 30 pixels. Form inline should be on the form tag itself. Well, it's not. Now look at that, I can't click now. Let's see. What is this doing? That's to be expected. Intel. Go away. Look at that. Firefox is already at almost a gig. Ah! It's to be expected. Okay. So I'm going to change this to form inline. Uh-oh. Alright, now I've done it. Could please put up a sign on Microsoft Campus that says "Stop breaking DCOM in Windows." I don't work on Microsoft Campus. I thought I could do this. Input type equals color. CSS input type. What is it to grab a specific one? There I go. There's my XML heritage on me. That preview is... But that preview is an iframe. Why is it disappearing on me? All CSS was moved to www.roots. CSS, site CSS. Sure, but I should be able to get this in and then change it later. Oh, there, it loaded. Just the way I expected it to. Type equals color. So why isn't it... Right? I mean, I should see... Yeah, there it is. Oh, look, and it canceled it out. Why did it cancel? Something is... it's from form control. So let's... Important. I know that's kind of a violation, but it's my code. Nope, still didn't take it. That feels bad. But it's because it's labeled as form control. Do we really need form control on it? Send an email to all@microsoft.com. Okay, that's just crazy. Let's see here. Normally do CSS on the side. Too much playing around with the classes. Better to build the feature than style it. Then don't need to be sad when you rip that HTML out. Yeah. Alright, so... Right, what happens if I remove this form control? It just works, of course. So I'm going to remove this. Wait a sec. Now I feel a little bit better. Yeah, I didn't have my style tag there. Alright, but I've still got to get rid of the form control on these colors here. So we don't need them for these ones. That's better. Alright, now let's take a look at the fill bar colors. So you have a call medium 3. What's the MB? I haven't seen that. What is... And Joe Bun, to be fair, I'm a big fan of not breaking backwards compatibility. So if folks are breaking things like DCOM, they need to pay the price. Margin bottom 3. Oh, okay. But I'm not quite sure. Part of me says we don't really need this. The wife is texting. The wife and kids are at the dentist, and she's bored, so she's texting me. I'm gonna remove this. You know what? No, let's just force it to 12. Let's see if we can get that to... That looks a little bit better. I will say, what do you say we shrink these numeric text boxes a little bit here? Alright. Thank you. So the text boxes are... Choose one or more colors. And then here, yeah, it's this one. Can we put that, can we make that a type of number? So we get the, right? We get the number thing in there, which looks dreadful in Firefox. Thanks, Firefox. Way to go. Oh, wait. I wanted to use a real browser. Pardon me. Somebody was saying I need to use a real browser. There we go. I'm really using this browser. How's that sound? Oh, look at that. Who will my favorite team pick? I'm not going to be picking for a while. There we go. So that's not bad. Oh, now I've done it. Alright. But these text boxes, I would like to... even though I made it a number, Edge doesn't know how to do a number. Edge. Alright. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take... that shouldn't be in... Alright, here we go. I'll do BG colors, and then the inputs inside of those. The input type number inside of that. How's that sound? Alright, so it's this. Input type equals number. And I want to make that just a little bit smaller. What if we do... I don't even need 10. Let's go 5. I can go smaller than that. Three. That's better. Now look at that. Input type. That's better. Okay. All right. And if I look over here in Firefox, of course Firefox didn't refresh. That's better. Now let me go back up to 5. I can add call MD to the text boxes. That's... Come on. I'm trying to go back to Visual Studio here. See, I've got too many browsers open. Stop it. Look at that. Firefox is over a gig. What the heck are you doing? And it's not like I'm hurting here for resources, but it feels bad. All right, I'm going to push that back out. Now, putting the call MD star on the text boxes, meh. Yeah, it's Bitcoin mining, absolutely. Now look. All right. So I'm going to get rid of this one. And I think for the purposes of my changes here, to clean up some of this, that looks a little bit better. So the suggestion was put call MD star on the text boxes. Let's see if Visual Studio decides to respond this time. Thank you. Let's see what it looks like. Doesn't hurt to try something. So the suggestion was put call-md-star here. Which means I'm going to need to get rid of this. Really? I don't know what Visual Studio is doing, but it's not making me happy. Get rid of that. So now it's the call MD star, and it's not actually doing anything there. Right, I'm still at the same size. Yeah. Visual Studio has a mind of its own. It's Sudoku! Hey! Thank you, Sudoku. That's better. I like that better. I am Bippin Paul. Welcome, Paul. That's a good question. I was wondering about that. I don't think it is. Read only plain text. Brr? I don't think it is. Right? If I do... Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh. I love it when people paste code. Div class form group row label input 4, call SM2, call form label, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. The link to the docs on sizing. I don't need no stinking docs. Maybe I do. If I were to put call MD1 on this, that's not where I want to be. Right? I mean, it opens things up a little bit here. Right, now I get weird wrapping. You know what? I got an idea. Let's move this up here. Oh my gosh. That's just wrong. Let's make it 3. Hello? Is there something going on my network? Nope, nothing going on my network. So I'm going to change this to a 3, and that should line up a little bit nicer. Still no. Maybe make this a div so it lines up better. Ethernet mining. Do you mean Ethereum mining? I'm not doing anything out of the way here or different. That's better. That's not. Can you fix the weird wrapping by wrapping each color input, number input, and remove button on a separate div? Well, right. So you're saying put each one of these in a separate div? No, that's way too much. If I make this a span... Oh, no, wait. Let's make this a div. And I don't think we want name on that. Actually, I think we want ID. What the heck is... Yeah, it was a span before. That's what I was looking for, random dude. Let's make it display inline block. Okay, now that looks weird again. But when it collapses down, it looks pretty good. But each one of these things on a separate line, I'd really prefer them to be next to each other and not... I'm going to restart Visual Studio here. This is crazy how bad this is. Right, I don't care about GitHub. Not right now. Not my concern. Okay. Capture the flag loader. What the heck is that? No. All right, right click, Stream Tools. Try this again. All right. Ugh, what do we got here? Reboot internet. I think that's a fantastic idea. Somebody get Sir Tim Berners-Lee on the phone. We need you to reboot the web. All right. We were somewhere. Not those. This one's. So display inline block, and these were being output on different lines. So I'd like the content. Shouldn't this be an ID? Right? Is this being used anywhere? Get element by name. Rats. Alright. Not completely terrible. They're going each for a line because they each an input of form control, not type class. Yeah. So, well, they're not. All right, hang on. So do we put a class on these? Form inline? Right. You know what? I'm just going to .NET run over here. Because I'm just editing Razor. So let's just run this and let it do its thing. See, look at that. Visual Studio's using half the RAM now. Alright, refresh this. Nope, they're still on different lines. That's weird. And now it's locked up. As someone linked earlier, components forms. Alright, I'm going to get rid of these classes and then we'll take a look at that doc. CSS. It's really hard. Get bootstrap.com. Docs 4.0. Components. Forms. Alright, what do we got? Blah, 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 blah. So that you have a div class of form group. So what does form group do? It looks like it puts them on separate lines. I don't want them on separate lines. I want them in line and next to each other. Right? That's not how I want it laid out. You can put the delete button inside an input group. For file input, swap the form control. Oh, okay, this is what you were saying about read-only plain text. Input read-only elements in your form styled as plain text. I don't think that's... This, right here, that's how I want it. Form class, form inline, div class, blah, 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 blah. Use the form inline class to display a series of labels form controls on a single horizontal row. Form controls within inline forms vary slightly from their default states. Yeah, that's what I want. Also look at layout inline forms from the right. Hey, that's what I was doing. Look at that. We're on the same path there. Ha! All right. So instead of... So do I do form inline there? Nope, that didn't work. Do I get rid of this style? Keep scrolling down. There's a form rows section I think I want to use. Ooh, is there? Not that one. Boom, boom, boom. Help text, no. Disabled forms, no. What is form row? That would put each color stop on a separate line. Yeah, you're right. I don't want each one on a separate line. I want it to collapse to a separate line. I want the contents of this to be all on one line. So interestingly, look, city, state, zip, div class, form row, and then each inside each one of those is okay. So do we put class equals form? There is no form row. Oh, come on. You're not busy? What are you doing? Ugh. We're getting there. Write it in WinForms and use Blazor. Shut up. It's so hard to convey. You know what you can do? You can put together a gist. All right. Let's see here. I do want that delete button next to it, though. But I feel like... Let's see here. Why is it putting the button? Right, this one I'm okay with. Oh, you know what? It's doing it when we collapse, and then... All right, that one's not bad. Because, of course, everybody's going to be setting up the way that their follower goal looks on their phone. Is that hard G gist or soft G gist? Oh, man, don't get into me with that. I get those backwards all the time. I would rather the text box shrink. You know what I mean? Than the... Right, this... There, come here, you. I'd rather that shrink because it's just too big. You know? So what if I did that? Not terrible. Still not bad. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. I think that works. Try closing my other Visual Studio tabs. Mine seems to go ham on my CPU if certain file types are open. Okay. Yeah. There used to be a way to zoom in on just one app in here. Look at that. What the heck is it doing? Contain the three fields in another div so that they are kept together. So you're suggesting it's divs all the way down here, isn't it, folks? No, I did. Now I've done it. All I did was add a div. New node, children, undefined. Aha! It can't find and repeat those because I put another div. I mean... Thank you, Sudoku. There it is. I'm okay with that for right now. That it looks and feels good, and I love the new preview button there. So I'm going to commit that change. All right, git status. Show me what it is. Yep. Fixed wrapping with configuration fields. All right. Do I have to rebase this? Do I have a bunch of these hanging out here? I do. Let's rebase 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna collapse these 4 down here into one. So let's do a git rebase head tilde 4, I think it was. Breaking the web with C# threads. That's the title of our next. I love when Jeff reaches up to drag, drop, pinch, zoom. Yes. It's not VR, it's the AR version of touchscreen. Contain the 3 fields, breaking the web. Is it broken in all the browsers? That's a great question, Sudoku. I'm going to collapse. Not 2. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. This was supposed to be a 1. Whew. Alright. Update follower goals. Oh, active route tag helper. I didn't even look at that yet. I didn't even look at the active route tag helper. Hang on. Is active route. Look at this. ASP action, ASP controller. All right, so this looks like you're glomming onto an anchor tag. Make active output. All right, so you're deciding, yeah, in the layout. I was just about to... So, anchor tag. There's the drop down for the follower goal. But shouldn't this have is active route as an attribute somewhere? Oh, there it is. All right. So what, are you checking to see if one of these ones inside of it are being... Right? If should be active is looking at... Yeah, you're not going down. You're only looking at the current. Bootstrap needs the active class on the LI. Right. Oh, I see. So you're generating... Okay. You're putting the various items for the route that you want to determine whether or not to make that active here. Okay. All right. Let me just start that again just to see what it looks like over here. Come on, Kestrel. So it's highlighting follower goal because I'm inside of followers. If I click on home, it highlights home. Cool, that's easy. I feel like I want to have a little bit of text here, though, to kind of self-document what the various things are. But I'm not going to lose sleep on that. Let's push this up and close out this. This. Right, so now if I look at my log, there's only one here. Update follower goal page to use Bootstrap 4, and Joe still gets credit for it. Fantastic. Go. Would. Another Git process seems to be running in this repository. What? I did the rebase. What happened after I finished the rebase? Successfully rebased and updated refs heads. Okay. So if it finished the rebase, git checkout dev, an editor opened by git commit. No. May have crashed in this repository earlier. Remove the file manually to continue. Oh, index. Look at that. Index.lock. Ugh. Alright. Let's get rid of that. I'm trying to paste and it won't paste. Are you kidding? Ugh. Fritz stream tools .git index.lock. Okay. So let's do that. And push it up. Terrific. Yes. Why does it think there's a conflicting file? Are you kidding? I know, right? Git rebase. That's hell. Oh no. Exactly what I fixed, it doesn't like. What the hell did it do? Alright, hang on. It's such a pain in the neck. What is this? Alright. I know, I broke it. Highly recommend Git Kraken for a visual view of your commit graph. Yeah, I know. My commit graph is a disaster. We want the one with the form group on it now. Okay. Empty BG color, type control versus form inline. I want that one. See if there's a cleaner merge. There's no cleaner merge waiting for me. Oh, this is such a pain in the neck. I want the bottom one here. do you mean I didn't remove all conflict markers? Oh, GitHub. It doesn't like me. Where the heck is... Oh, yeah. Okay. We're good there. Alright. Resolved. Commit. It's always the bottom one, I know. Alright. You make me feel like crap. A day in the life of a developer. 2 hours code, 4 hours of debugging, 2 hours resolving Git issues. I know. Right? This should be simple. But it's a pain in the neck. No. I'm in dev. I should be able... That's not being acting superior. I know. Right, so I'm trying to... Well, I pushed my branch up. Right, so my dev branch should be legit with the bootstrap changes. Alright, so views, followers, goal configuration. Yeah, that looks right. No, git rebase doesn't mess up everything. I'm going to just close this because it's been merged. And it wants to still try and merge here. That's what's going on. Of what silly GitHub says. Thank you for the contribution. Because we've got the code. It works. All right. Let me look at my branches here. I'm going to get rid of... There we go. All right. Let's see, what else do we want to do while I'm in here today? Refactor goal configuration JavaScript. Now, that was something that Meat Popsicle had already done a little bit for us here. Let me see here. I'm concerned that we have all of these scripts down here, and they're all coming in from external resources. So I'm okay that they're coming in from external resources. Yeah. All right. I'll live with it. The bundler, right, should be picking up and merging SignalR and the other stuff into my site.js. Where is it? Did we lose the site JavaScript file? Or is that only being used? Oh, and you said, you also had a thing that said we were using Font Awesome for the current viewers. Let's take a look there real quick. Use Font Awesome. Yep, there's the SignalR client, which we shouldn't have to do now, actually. Right? And StreamHub.js. That's our file, but SignalR client, I thought we were bundling that away. Let me take a look there. Oh, okay. We're finding the current one and we're bundling it up into Signal R client. All right, good. Okay. Let's see here. So I don't have any site JavaScript. I do have some site CSS. Ooh. MVPs, you know what's coming up in about 15 minutes. Top secret meeting. Let me see here. It's not that secret. Just a product demo. Anyways, all right. I guess I'm okay with that. But you changed. Here it is. So that we're using the service name. Terrific. So I should be able to. Maybe it's time for a vendor.js bundle. So my thinking with so we're actually pulling in a bunch of the vendor stuff externally. The only vendor thing that we have locally is the Signal R stuff. So I'm okay with that. Stream Hub is that code that was written, I forget who wrote it. Here to make hooking up and getting all of our Signal R stuff centralized in one place. Yeah, that's who it was. Thank you. So I'm okay with that, and this being separately. I'm okay with those. All right. So let's do this. You know what? Let me look at what that viewers looks like. All right, so this is just current viewers. All right, so let's start this up, and I'm gonna, you know what? Let's add a menu item to get to the current viewers. That seems easy enough. That one can go away. So I'm just gonna add to the top row in our layout. Let's add another nav item. And I'll add it over here. And it's not even an ASP controller, it's an ASP page. I'm going to break that tag helper here. Where's the tag helper? This one. ASP action, controller, all route data. And you're checking should be active. Yeah. See, if it's a page, this isn't going to work. I'm going to remove this for right now. We're going to need to come back to that. See, I can see ASP page, and it is current viewers. The relative path current viewers can only be used while executing a razor page. Specify a root relative by a leading slash. You feel. It feels bad. There it goes. Cool. Now, total doesn't really have one here. No, wait. Oh, that's the fake one. That's the fake one. We need a cool font awesome for the fake one. Because when our fake service is running, okay, what should be the fake one? No. Fake one. Ooh, no. Fake. Something with an F. Maybe? Something fake. Fire would be cool. Or maybe test? Or with diamond might be fun. But no. What would be a good one to use for the fake? I don't see a test. Is there something? Nope, no fake. Nope. I don't want to use a check. Check feels stupid. There's already an environment tag. Separate script lines even. Oh, here we go. Create a bundle tag that creates separate script line in development and a bundle in release. Right, there's an environment tag that'll do that for us. Text height has a T. Ooh, did it? That'd be great. A T or an F, right? Tumblr. Where was it? Text. That's not bad. Is there one that has just an F? I feel like even... I don't want to use Facebook, because at some point we might include Facebook. Or the face... No. Not Flipboard. Foursquare. Nah, then you might think I'm broadcasting to Foursquare. You know? Hooli! No. That would be fun, but no. Well, let me go with the text height. Alright, so that is in current viewers. See, now I've got... Where'd it go? Not the reducer. This one. So now I've almost got this lookup list where I'm going to start looking up and saying, oh, well, if it's this, use this one. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's create a dictionary. Font icon. New dictionary. String. Right? And, right, I should be able to do this, right? T for test. I think you know what, I like the Tumblr one for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in what I want to search for, and then the key value is, and then the key value to use. Right, so if it's fake, I'm going to use, I'm going to have to make a configuration page for this. No, I'm not. No. Let's use text height. And then let's say, font icon has... I should be able to say has key. It's a dictionary. I'm going to need a using statement for this, aren't I? Using system collections. There we go. It still doesn't like has key. What? Contains key. Oh, thank you. No. Typing. Service.service. If it does contain it, then I want to use font icon service.service. Otherwise, right, and now it should just load and use. Now, why didn't it find configuration in an Azure function? Shut up. Virtuosa, thank you for joining us. What's it doing there? It is trying to use FA text height. thought text height was there. Right, text dash height. Right, FA dash text dash height. FA dash text dash height. Oh, it wants FAS instead of FAB. What? No, those are the... Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, that works. That's just wrong. So FAB works with it. What's the difference between FAB, FAL, and FAR? This icon is part of Font Awesome 5 Pro. I don't know. I didn't want the Pro one. I want the cheesy one for us. Yeah, FAS. Yeah, right? This is just the free ones. It's not here. No, it's right there. Text height. Oh no. Barry Dorrance has found us. Run! FAS FA dash text height. Why isn't that working? Alright. I'm gonna grab the Tumblr one. Just because I don't feel like writing a bunch of extra code just to figure this out. There we go. That works. That works for me. Alright, so if I want to change that and put that into font amateur, please. I know. FAS is solid, FAR is regular or pro, FAI is light and pro, FAB is brands. Just delete all that code now. I know, right? Everything's vulnerable. Did Barry join the Did he join us? Did he tune in? Don't do it. Oh boy. All right. That's not too bad. I'd like the ability to turn off the total, but for right now, I like it and I want to use it. Look away, blow dart. I know. Could you just set the font family for that one case to be Arial or something and just add a regular F? Gosh, Vineet Bhatnagar. Is that it? Vineet, welcome. See, now we're gonna get into I want to keep this as simple as possible, without having to go and change and add in other things. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I think I'm gonna take that. I've never watched a Twitch stream ever, says Barry. Good. All right. Whew. All right, there we go. But is this ready for me to embed and replace the follower count in the corner? I think we're right about there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to commit these changes. Added current viewers to the menu. I'm going to push that. So I've got my changes in and I'm ready to start doing current viewers. Embedded here. And let's tag this. What's my current tag? 08. I'm going to make this 0.9. Oh, you know what? It'll do it for me when I do my... What's the name of that command? What's a build? Yes. 0.9. Oh! Build 0.9. There it goes. So it's going to build, push it out. And it's going to tag my repository and push the tag up. And then I'll be ready to start using that follower count here locally on the stream. So this pushes to my private Azure container registry. You see it there, Fritz registry, Azure CR. Yes, those already exist out there. Oh, that one didn't. All right. Well, that's all the time we have. I've got another call to get on. I know some of the other MVPs that are on the stream here want to get over to that demo that we have here this morning. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. We'll be back on Thursday, and I think I think we have a guest on Thursday. Let me go back and just check. I think we have somebody joining us. Nope. We're good. We're clear for this week. So we'll continue. We'll do some more on this project, and we'll begin to add some more features. See where we go. Oh, S. Blum. Is that Scott Blomquist out there? That's all that time I have for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. The recording will go over to YouTube. We'll have that available for you later this morning. And I'm really happy with all the changes that we got in here. Not that one. But this is looking really good. I think we're getting close to being able to publish this to the public repository. So great to see you, Scott. Fortunately, you caught me here right at the end. But we'll catch you on Thursday morning, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. UTC. All right? We'll see you then. Thanks so much for joining me.